I'm here with Justin Buckmiller. How are you today, Justin?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, Justin, I am bringing you on today because you have been, to me, an inspiration, and I'm sure to many other people once they hear your story.
Thanks.
You bet. I will never forget meeting you and talking with you on the phone after my stepson Justin called me and said, "Hey, I have a friend who's looking at a deal. What do you think about this?" And I said, "Have him call me." And you said, "Gosh, I'm interested in buying and investing in real estate." And I said, "Well, great. I'd be happy to help you." But in that conversation, we had a discussion that floored me. So do you remember the conversation where you were talking to me about the house that you're now house hacking?
Yep.
And me asking you, how on earth do you at 23 have $91,000 in the bank?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that was, yeah, you were really surprised.
I was surprised. So what I learned from you was, go ahead and share with me what you did, what you started at 10 years old and your mindset.
Yeah. So at 10 years old, I really learned that, there's always a dollar to be made. And I started with, I was at a garage sale one day and there was a BMX bike, and I told gave a little sob story. I only had $10, and the person sold me the BMX bike. And the next day at school, my friends, "Oh, wow, that's a nice BMX bike." I'm like, "Oh, it's great. It's great. You guys want it? I'd love to sell it to you. $50, it's yours." And, sold the BMX bike, and, just started slowly buying and selling and focusing on, if I start with a small amount of money and I can invest it and make more money, then I can take my initial investment out and kind of use that money I've made and scale up. So, So I learned about scaling up. It went from BMX bikes to go-karts to ATVs to I started buying and selling vehicles to now I'm at the point in time where I'm buying and selling commercial trucks.
So you understood you had the concept of return on investment down at 10 years old.
Yep.
And you understood flipping. It's just a matter of what the product is.
Yeah, exactly. It was all just a matter of what the product was and learning it and figuring out, what tweaks could I do in terms of fixing or marketing or whatever to turn around and sell that for a profit.
That's amazing. So after I talked to you, you kind of dribbled around a little bit about real estate, had to save up some more money.
Yep.
And then we had a conversation at another point, and I said, "Hey, listen, you just really need to get connected with the Addicted to ROI group. We can get you connected with properties out of state." And you've just taken off since then.
Yep.
So you now have how many properties?
I have my single family in Mill Creek, a duplex in Clarksville, and 2 other single families in Clarksville, all within the course of 2 years.
That's amazing. And I didn't even mention, when I was kind of doing some of the promo on you, I didn't even mention that you actually house hacked the house that you're living in now. Yep. And I didn't count that income. So additional to your $1,300, you're actually making how much a month in real estate?
$1,900.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, so, $1,900.
So house hacking, I believe you're doing a rehab on a house right now.
Yep.
In Tennessee. And I got to ask you this. Did you think 2 years ago that you would be here today?
I did not.
Okay.
I always knew, even when I was young, I had set a goal that when I graduated college, I was going to, buy a house, right? The second I was going to graduate, I was going to buy a house. So I graduated in June. We had closed in August. I graduated June 28th. I think we had made an offer by July 7th on my house here. But I definitely did not think that I was going to be buying houses in Clarksville that I've never even seen.
That's amazing. So I guess that's the next question. Did you ever think your real estate would take you out of state?
I always envisioned potentially buying out of state. I never envisioned being as comfortable as I currently am investing in out of state.
That's great. Now tell me why you're so comfortable investing out of state. Is it the platform, the support of the membership and the Addicted to ROI?
It's a mixture of things. Hearing, your story in some of the houses that you invested in, everyone says, Memphis is a scary place to invest in. You had a house in Memphis and it was doing great. And, seeing all the amazing deals that you guys had set up and talking with you and with Jennifer, it really just made it feel safe. And, it seemed like you guys had done a lot of the hard part. You'd done a lot of the legwork where you had, found the real estate investor and found the agent and found properties that seemed like they would actually be a good fit. So, it didn't feel as much of a risk investing in these properties than if I were going to try and do all the hard legwork on my own. Right.
I think that's common, that people have that fear of going out of state because the what ifs and the trust factor in the agents out of state and let alone finding the teams, because you are right now utilizing one of the agents that we connected you with through our deal flow and her connection with contractors to do a pretty large renovation.
Oh yeah, 2,700 square feet it's total rehab on that sucker.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And you're going to be able to cash flow how much on that property?
We believe that we're going to cash flow about $700 to $800 on that piece of property. And that property also is PMI.
But so you were talking about the rehab that you're doing now. With the PMI, you're going to be cash flowing a good amount of money.
Yeah, no, we're gonna cash flow a good amount of money, and obviously in Tennessee, there's no way I'd be able to cash flow in Washington State, especially right. Western Washington, what we're able to cash flow out of state.
Absolutely. So how many properties do you see yourself buying in the next year?
In the next year, Paige and I have, Paige, my fiance, sorry for the ones that don't know that. And so we're really hoping to purchase 2 more this year in Tennessee.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
We're really excited about it.
What do you think about the amount of deals that we have available? And isn't that amazing?
Crazy.
I know.
It's really, really amazing, and it's really crazy. All the different areas, there's a lot of different opportunity, and there's a lot of different risk assessment. If somebody wants a more of a risky investment, you guys offer that. If you want a really safe investment, you guys offer that. It literally has the best of both worlds, and it's really available kind of to anybody. It doesn't matter how much money you really have. You guys allow resources to be able to purchase property.
Right. It's definitely our passion to be able to have that bridge between the investor and the investor property and helping people become addicted to ROI, right?
Yeah.
So I've got to touch a little bit about how does a 23-year-old save that much money? Mm-hmm. I know that I say that you have mastered the art of frugality. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how you are frugal? And I think that this is going to be an inspiration for a lot of people that think I can't do it, right? So go ahead and explain how you have been able to save so much money.
Yeah. So I'll start back. I mean, it really started back when I was 16 years old. My father promised me he was going to buy me a car, and when I turned 16, he said, "Psych, you're on your own." So I I had to really figure out. I didn't want to be the only 16-year-old without a vehicle, right? So I really had to figure out, how can I do this? And like you guys always talk about, it's really a mindset where I started in my mind, okay, if I make X amount of dollars, if I work X amount of hours, and stuff like that, how much money can I really save? The school lunch is $2. Okay. If I have to spend $2 on lunch, do I really have to buy anything else at this point in time? And it really started with, hard budgeting. And, I would sit down, after school or work or whatever, and I would say, how much money can I make this week? How much money can I really save? What money of that can I invest? and kind of move forward from that. And so fast forward to, 18, now I'm in college, and it was the same mindset where, friends are, going out to eat, or, want to go to a concert or whatever and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, maybe I can do that. But if I spend that $110, for this week, how am I going to be able to make up for that amount of money? And I had set the goal, like I talked about when I was 16, that I really wanted to purchase a piece of property right when I graduated. And so I started thinking, how much money do I need to make and save and stuff like that to be able to do that? What is my car insurance every month, and my phone bill and my gas and stuff like that? How many extra hours can I work to be able to come up with the extra $100 if I want to go to this concert or whatever? And I lived by that. I really didn't go above my means, and I lived well below my means. And I think something else that's really important that I think people struggle with is I also knew my worth when it came to applying for a job or stuff like that, right? If somebody was going to offer me a certain dollar amount per hour, is that really what I am worth? And so I
don't see Justin's picture. There you are. Okay. Wow. You actually disappeared for a minute.
That was weird.
Yeah. Okay. So of course I didn't hear the entire thing, but I know you, and I know that you have been very disciplined in the way that you live.
Yep.
Matter of fact, when Justin, my stepson, told me he doesn't go out, he doesn't buy beer, he doesn't go out and out to dinner at all. He just saves every penny from your full-time job. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yep.
So that's amazing, right? So what I want you to do right now is tell me, what would you say to people in general, but it definitely applies to people younger, that have the mindset, there's no way I can save and start doing this. If it's something that you really want to do.
If it's something that you really want to do, put pen to paper. Write it down and create a clear and, it might seem a little out of reach, but attainable goal. I want to, in a year, buy my first property. I want in a year to be able to save up to buy a new car. And really start to brainstorm and use your creative energy to figure out how you can get there. I really wholeheartedly believe that I am not a genius. There's nothing that I do that makes me smarter than anybody else. It is really just the mindset where if I want it, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to be able to attain it. And that's really what you need to do. And you need to be disciplined in that. I'm not going to spend any extra money on junk food or going out or whatever, right? I'm going to save that money and use it to invest. And that's what you have to do. And if you have that mindset and you are disciplined, there really is nothing you cannot achieve.
Amen. And what would you encourage people to do as far as getting the support and being around people that are doing what they want to do or have already done what they want to do? How important is that to where you have been and to, in general, people's success?
Extremely. Peer pressure is a real thing. No matter what it is, people can peer pressure you into buying real estate. People can peer pressure you into spending money. If you really want to succeed in something you're passionate about, if it's real estate or something else, you really need to get yourself involved with the right people who have the right mindset and drive that you do. If real estate is something you want to do, talk to Deena. But really, right? Talk to the people who are passionate about it and who are open and understanding. That was something that was really eye-opening for me when you and I had talked. Was I felt like nobody would want to talk to the 23-year-old who isn't rich, who doesn't have any experience in investing in real estate, who are going to ask these dumb questions. That is something that's scary. But when it comes to addicted to ROI and the team there's never been a dumb question. No one has ever been like, God, you don't know this, and I think that can be scary, but as long as you surround yourself with the right people, it's going to be really hard to fail. And when you do fail, at least there will be people there to help bring you back up.
Right on. Well, Justin, I think we'll conclude this, but you know how I feel about you. I admire you. I just think that you're an amazing inspiration for anybody in general, but especially for the younger age group, right?
Yeah.
And I am looking so forward to being on the journey along with you and Paige on your entire journey.
Thanks so much. Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see where we go as well, and very excited that, you know, I have you and Jennifer and everyone else to help support us. It really means a lot.
We're right there with you.
Oh yeah.
All right. Take care, Justin.
You too. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.